This is going to be I want to say two-part episode, but it's not two-part. Implies that there is like two parts, right? So this is going to be a split episode. I am going to do a little bit of babbling in your ears today, and then tomorrow. And I'm going to just join it all together as one show and put it out. Yeah, I'll explain why. But this is like recording attempt number 2. I was at a McDonald's, as I am wont to do when recording for you all, and I there was this table of good old boys, we'll call them, sitting just a little bit away, and I just kept getting distracted by them and their good old boyedness, and there were other things. It was a little noisy otherwise, I don't know. I wasn't sure how much was getting picked up from these guys, and I just didn't want that to be alongside my voice, as good old boys are. I think they're at a point now in the U.S. when they are neither good nor boys, generally just old. And we're not going to get into the politics of the U.S. here, but once upon a time, good old boys was had a much more positive light shined upon it, and now it's at least from this reporter's view, basically a majority of what is wrong with white American males. Yeah, but here I am. Hey, you know what? It is Saturday, March 18th, 2023, and as of this recording, I'm still depressed, but I'm not dead. So why two parts? Why two segments? I don't have a really good reason for this, other than I am somewhat stubborn at times, and also additionally, I am going to find myself with some time on my hands tomorrow. Okay, so it's Saturday. And I wanted to put a podcast out, and so I thought I would do this, and then I realized tomorrow is race day for Nora and I'm running a half marathon, she's running a full marathon, and so there will be a significant amount of downtime, in theory, between my finish and her finish. Right, and we start at the same time. She's running twice as far. Significantly twice as far. So I'll be just kind of hanging out, probably. And so I thought, well, that might be an opportunity. Maybe I will have an opportunity to have some deeper thoughts or introspection while running my race, and maybe I might have something to say after that. So I'm going to do that. But why? I hear you asking, why not just only record tomorrow? But and that's the stubborn part, right? Like I'm going to. I set out before I had this idea. I set out to start recording today, and so darn it, I'm going to do it. Whether or not I have something positive or relevant or worthwhile to say. So yeah, that's the mumbo jumbo about why I'm speaking to you. So, I've talked about the medication thing. I've talked about the where am I kind of in the grand scheme of um, mental illness, and yeah. So I want to I just want what I want to do. What I want to do is just to make no valid points whatsoever and stumble over my words for about 15 minutes and bore the hell out of all of you. So we're going to talk about suicide today. So, or suicidal ideations, let's say, right? Like, it's been a good while since I've had really any that I would call, I don't know, serious. I don't know if that's the word, but like there are good days, bad days, and that's a relative term, right? And I would be lying if I said the idea of no longer being here never crossed my mind. But I don't know. I am a sample size of one, and I don't know. Like I don't know what is so-called normal in those situations, right? I mean, it's less and less, but common parlance to say something about I wish I were dead, or oh, I could die, or something, right? And it can get kind of tossed around and not really have meaning, or real uh, importance. I don't know what I want to say there. But the idea of having serious suicidal ideations is not a situation I've been in for some time. And I've talked about that's valuable to me, right? But I kind of think, like, even though I don't have those going on in my head, I think it's still and always will be a cracked open door, right? And like if it's always going to be there, even though it's not it's not a viable plan at this point in my life. But like, I wonder if things took a turn for whatever reason, if it's situational, if it's chemical, if it's something, if it's if I were to fall down metaphorically into that space again of really deep depression, like, I mean, if it was, I mean, oversimplify things, but if it was a Tuesday and I found myself in this emotional void again, despair, all that, is it unrealistic to say, like, by Wednesday that I wouldn't be right there, like, ready to, okay, well, here I am, this is it, let me do it. Like, I don't know. I don't know how easy it would be to get back and how fast I could get to that point again. and I want to say, from this side of the room that, no, I've got a bigger toolbox. I've got this, I've got that. I've got, it would take a while to get to that point again. But I don't, obviously I don't know. And I think about this, for myself. I think about this for others. Like what is, I don't, relapse probably isn't the fairest word to use, right? But we can call it relapse. What happens if I relapse? Like how fast could I get to the end game of that situation, right? And I want to use terms like that's a sobering thought or that's a scary thought, but it's for me, not in touch with emotions. It's not at all. Intellectually, it's like, hey, that's I wonder about that, but I don't know. I mean, how I wonder how fast I could get. I would end up saying how fast could I get. It sounds like it's a goal, right? But how quickly could I end up back in that situation? And I don't know. I just don't know. I mean, I like there's from this vantage point from today, JP, right? Like there's all the so many different factors tied into why I wouldn't do that, right? I mean, the life I have around me, the people I have around me, the even though I don't I don't necessarily appreciate it. I understand that there are people who depend on me or receive or see value in me or receive support from me in various ways. And so, I mean, that's like points towards not wanting to do it, right? But again, how fast do they go away, right? Like, I mean, is it just a heartbeat away from completely devaluing myself again to where those just evaporate into nothing, right? Like that's the thing with so often with mental illness and things like depression, that we don't see those connections, and it's as if they aren't there, right? I mean, if I don't see it, or even to the point where I don't see myself as a net zero. If I see myself as a net negative, then it makes an internal logical sense that going away is a positive for the world in general, or even my world, or the immediacy of my life. So I don't know. I'm talking a lot about kind of deathy things here, and it's not. And this is just an intellectual kind of activity, right? I want to be clear again that this is not like I'm not thinking about actions on these things or potential actions or visualizations of these things. It's just like, hey, what's the what? Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? Um, it seems like I don't know. It's just the kind of thoughts I had yesterday. I was on a big long drive for work, and uh, my mind was wandering. So yeah. Um, hmm. So good news is my dear friend Kate. Y'all remember Kate? Um, we've begun initial conversations into getting her on a podcast episode, and I would absolutely love that. Um, we message here and there. Um, sometimes a little bit more involved, sometimes just a hey, how you doing kind of thing. But God, I would love to just kind of sit and chat with her, and catch up with her and get her insights and thoughts on everything. Um, so yeah, good news for that. So that's going to be happening. Um, and yes, I still. Yes, so that will be good. That will be good. What else is going on? So I don't know. God, I had so many. It's amazing how many thoughts I had, and it was like a whole. It was going to be like a series of like a big conversation here, and then like a series of TikTok videos, and wow, this is like, oh my goodness, JP, you really have a thought nugget here of value, and oh my gosh, are you the first person in the world to think of this? Like it was that profound. And it's gone. It's just gone. um, so yeah. Um, so like I said, tomorrow is race day, and then a couple days after that is cardiologist day, and then a couple days after that, assuming everything goes according to somewhat of a positive plan, and then I will be employing a run coach, and we're gonna see what we can do with this rapidly aging body. um, so that, I mean, there's changes there, and I think I mentioned there's been renewed talk about the promotion with work, and that could be a whole fly in the ointment for a lot of different things. So there's change afoot here in the semi-eastern portion of North Carolina. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna stop it there. This is the Saturday. For those who don't know, so I've begun enunciating Saturday a little bit better. As Nora will make fun of me, that apparently I will often say like Saturday, like sadder, like it's more sad than any other day. um, and she just thinks it's funny. So I try to enunciate Saturday, because in our relationship, I am the funny one, and it just again, because I'm the funny one, it jokingly just won't do that she has opportunity to poke fun at me. So that's all in good jest, right? Like, whatever. But a little nugget, a little insight to JP there. Okay, so I'm gonna go. I'm gonna head into Planet Fitness. I'm gonna do some walking. I'm gonna do some stretching. I'm gonna do some stuff, and then I'll be back tomorrow from a different vehicle. We'll see if you can tell. All right, see you soon. So you remember yesterday? Yesterday when I said I'd be back? Well, okay. So yesterday for me, and like 20 seconds ago for you. It's Sunday now. I did the half marathon thing, and Nora is out finishing the full marathon thing, and here I am in the car, feeling achy and salty for different reasons. I'm salty, right? I'm salty at the race people because so I checked my official time, right? So this is a big race. 4,000 people lined up for the race, for the 3,000 for the half marathon and about 1,000 for the full marathon. And so, they official start 7 a.m. Bang, go, right? No gun, but whatever. And so but it took like 4 minutes to get to the start, right? Because so many people in line, right? And so we have chips in our bibs, right? Chips that monitor, that tell us what our time is. And the official time that they've posted, my race time includes like that 4 minutes it took me to get to the start line. And so I'm a little bit salty about that. Only because, like, if I want to share this result with people, it's going to say I was, like 4.5 minutes slower than I actually was. And, that's a lot for me, for a guy who's not that fast. That's whatever that is, do the math. I don't know, 240, 200. So like 20 seconds per mile slower, like on the official thing. And that makes me salty, but I'm also salty because I'm really sweaty. Yeah. Ooh, I just caught myself in the mirror. Boy, I've got quite the hair thing going on. But that's not why you tuned in. You stayed tuned in so that you could hear about the wonderful things that I thought about while I was running. And I'm here to disappoint you that I really didn't come up with anything profound. Yeah. Yeah. And I run the risk of repeating things that I said yesterday, 2 minutes ago to you, if I try to dig into my bag, because my memory is not so good. But I guess I did think more about this medication thing, and I've decided I'm going out. I'm going to talk to my prescriber this week and say, hey, this is what I think, and what do you think? Do you back me on this? And let's just work our way down to no medication, and not entirely because of the cost, right, of this last medication that I'm taking. I think I mentioned it, like for a 90-day supply, it's going to be like $1,000. And, yeah, that's a lot of pennies. That is a lot of pennies. That's with insurance, folks. Those of you outside the U.S. Who maybe aren't familiar with how the insurance thing works, we pay a substantial amount every month to insurance to help lower the cost of things like our medication and doctor visits and things like that. So, yeah. So yeah, I mean, that is a factor, right? I mean, if it were like $100, right, I'd be like, I'm cheap. I've covered this, right? But 1,000 is just eek. And if it was clearly necessary, we'd figure it out, right? But it's not clear that it is necessary, and at least to my mind, it is clear that it's not giving me $1,000 worth of value at this time. And hopefully, it continuing to taper off it is going to follow that same course, and I won't have to revisit it. But if we do, then we'll revisit it. Let's see what we can do about it. But yeah, there's that. Yeah, I'm sorry. I feel like I'm letting you down, and I do feel like I'm letting myself down. I had such grand hopes that I would be, there's, I even though I've never experienced it to my memory, there's that runner's high thing, right? That is supposed to be a mind clearing, mood altering benefit from running. And I thought maybe I could tap into that, and I'd have something for you, give you a little something. But no, I really don't. So I'm not gonna insult you. I'm not gonna waste your time. I appreciate you taking time out of your day to listen. Spend a few minutes with me. You can email me if you like, jamulki@gmail.com. Facebook.com/Jamulki, @Jamulki on Instagram, and TikTok. That's the place. And I just posted a minute video of the sunrise at the beach when I was up traveling for work. So if you like such things and you're tired of hearing me speak and you just want to see the waves come in and the sunrise happening, you can go over and check that out. And then if you want to stick around and hear me yammer on about some other stuff, there's always that too. Or you can text me. You can text me here in the U.S. 248-648-1419, worldwide +1 248-648-1419. On what is that? WhatsApp. Whew. And yeah, I that's it. Everybody be safe and be well.